clip just at a chair, how I deal with a complex little repair when you haven't got any square surface. The neck of this chair, top rail, is held together with dowels there, and the joint has been compromised and broken. So when we come to a repair like this, you haven't any square surface. So my angle of attack is always think about what you're going to do before you do it. So work out a strategy. Now I've done this before, so just to give you a little idea about what I do and how I approach it, my thought processes. And while I'm outlining that, just to say it as well, there isn't any one way of doing a repair. Each one comes with its own problem, and you work out based on experience, knowledge and understanding the best possible approach you could have, so that it doesn't come back into the workshop again in a year's time with the same problem. So in this case, I've put in heavier dowels. Now I've already got the first two in, but the technique I use for it is very, very simple. It's very difficult, you can't work off a square surface. So what I do is I get a panel pin and I clip, I'll come back here now, I clip the panel pin and I tap it in there, and you can see the panel pin sticking up. Now it's important that the panel pin is perfectly perpendicular, it's at right angles to the surface here, and as I go this way it's at right angles to this edge here as well. So I'm assuming that that is 90 degrees off the surface all around. If it isn't, it won't work. Very same thing with this one. So I've tapped in the panel pin. Now I've tapped it in with the point facing down, and I've come along then, and what I do is I get a file and I file it off there just to get a little a sharp point on it there. So that's what I do. I've already done it with the first one there, a 1/2 inch dowel. That's going to give me much more strength. Now it's a chair that's always going to be, its weak point is always going to be up here. And as I said, over the years I've repaired a lot of these chairs, and it's the same thing, that it gets compromised all the time. So when I have the pin in position there, it's just a matter of push the pin down, like so, push it down on it, take it off again, and the indentations there, if I just lift the chair there, you may see the indentation there on camera, little pinpoint there. If I just rotate the camera this way, you can see the pinpoint there, and that's the, you can see the pinpoint there, maybe I have it on camera there now, so you can see the pinpoint, and that's where I put the next dowel. So that's what I do. I'll drill down a dowel there again, drill down a hole here, keeping the drill exactly perpendicular. So let's do that. So there we go. Now in this case I'm going to hold the drill at a very, very controlled speed here. So for 1/2 inch dowel, I'm going to go down 1/2 inch. The more gluing area I can get onto that, the better. Same thing here, start to drill. Now you notice my drill bit, or if you haven't, my drill bit is extremely, extremely sharp. Now for perpendicular, I'm watching the end of the drill tip. I'm watching the cut as it goes around, so that I watch the bit to get perpendicular. Now that comes with experience. I've gone way down there now, more than I need to, that's alright. Better too deep than too shallow. So now I go back over there, I'll do the same thing with my rail, and we come back and we just put the dowel in, and we'll have a double joint there then. Rather than one dowel, we put in two. So if one system doesn't work, or if one dowel doesn't work, put in two if you can get them in there. So that'll allow me to get loads of glue around there. I will score the dowels as well. I'll score them with a saw to put lines on them, and when they go back in there, then the glue will give it a good bond. So I'll make it as strong as I possibly can to take the weight of somebody's back going against that top rail. And that's how I effect a joint like that, or a rejoint on a broken piece like that, when we're dealing with compound curvature, or curvature that has no, straight section. So that's my little technique for that little tidbit. Hope that's useful to you. If it isn't, well then, look somewhere else. Okay, over now for now.